Hi, I'm Tyler. I'm a professional writer and director.
And I'm Mark, a professional director of photography and film and video editor. And together, we're going to be taking a look at movies, trailers, music, books,
And all that media.
On today's episode, we're going to be looking at Godzilla vs. Kong.
The super fun finale of the Monster Spectacular series.
We're going to be looking at why it worked and
Why it didn't.
in this episode, I'm going to be talking about my top 5 positive takeaways and why I think you should see this movie.
And then I'm going to give my top 5 reasons why Godzilla vs. Kong didn't measure up.
I think this movie executed exactly what it intended to accomplish. Kick-ass fight scenes with 2 larger-than-life monster movie icons. I don't usually watch this genre, so to my surprise, I really enjoyed this film. It's not an Academy Award winner, but I wouldn't be surprised if we see it nominated for sound or visual effects come Oscar time. With that said, here are my top 5 successes for Godzilla vs. Kong. Kong and the Little Girl. This was the heart and soul of the movie, the only reason that you could connect and feel any pain or sympathy for Kong. Kaylee Hoddle, who played the little girl Gia, did an amazing job, really sucking you in and making Kong a lovable character. The rest of the cast was forgettable at best, but in reality, they're all just supporting cast to Godzilla and Kong, the main reason we're going to see this movie. I also enjoyed the comic relief of the hacker high school student Josh, played by Julian Dennison. He's no stranger to the comic relief role, for example, playing opposite Ryan Reynolds in the Deadpool 2 movie. But here he managed to keep the film light, where some characters were trying to be too funny or too serious. It's monsters fighting people. Get in the back seat. Action-packed. If you like action movies and you like monsters, then this is the movie for you. Who really needs a plot when you have these 2 heavy hitters going toe-to-toe? There's a fight in water, some fights in a weird upside-down world that lives in the middle of Earth. Don't even ask me how the sun shines there. Fights in neon Hong Kong. Let's just say there is a lot of fighting and a lot of destruction. These are the kind of movies we need these days, where we don't have to get totally involved in a deep, hard-to-understand plot. We just sit back, turn off our brains, and enjoy a little ass-kicking. CGI. We've come a long way in a short time where we can create a world in the computer, and in this case, completely destroy it. The only thing that I seem to focus on during the fight scenes is that Kong and Godzilla seem to move a little slower than what you would think if they were in a fight. Almost slight slow-mo. But who am I to be picky about that? The CGI was pretty frickin' sweet, which in turn gave us some pretty amazing fight scenes. Soundtrack and sound editing. Wow, this film just sounded amazing. Every fight scene and the music design, the 2 really complemented each other. If the CGI monsters are making noises and it all seems legit, then the sound team did their job. It reminded me of movies like Independence Day or The Rock, where the world is crashing down around our main characters, and our music bed is epic and the sound design is spot on, and we haven't questioned its reality. It all draws you in and it grounds everything. I bought this hook, line, and sinker that a robot, a reptile, and a monkey were throwing fisticuffs in downtown Hong Kong. And now for the main event. It's the final showdown. Kong vs. Godzilla. Backdrop, Hong Kong, lit with neon lights. A perfect stage for these 2 beasts. This fight gets super brutal. Kong, with his power axe, has now leveled the playing field with Godzilla. This smackdown scene is filled with power moves and mega destruction. If there was a single building left after this fight, I didn't see it. I know there was a few because the main event was still to come. I know I said this was the main event, but there is a main event after the main event? And now it's time for Mechagodzilla. Now, Mechagodzilla has stepped into the ring. What's this? Kong and Godzilla tag team this mega monster and open up a can of whoop-ass on him. These scenes combined lasted close to about 30 minutes, and it didn't disappoint. Neon lights, explosions, and beatdowns. What more can you ask for? I know the WWE would be proud.
Don't forget to slap that like button, and if you want to know when we release new content, hit subscribe.
Do you have a film, video, book, or song you'd like us to promote? Send us a link to your YouTube video to allthatmediashow@gmail.com. Your project could be featured here, like this.
While Godzilla vs. Kong was a super fun movie that got a lot of things right, there were some elements that were not faithful to the original 3 movies in the series, leaving the finale feeling a bit confused. From shifts in tone to shifts in character usage and inventing tech to solve script issues, there were issues with the movie. I'll be honest, anyone expecting Oscar-worthy performances or spectacular writing shouldn't be taken seriously here. It's a monster movie, but these are the top 5 issues with Godzilla vs. Kong. Inconsistencies. Suspension of belief is necessary when watching a monster movie like this. Heck, it's demanded. However, the suspension of belief is only applicable to the laws that the film lays down for itself. Somehow, they have given Kong enough sedative to strap him down to a ship using chains. When Godzilla shows up, Kong must be released to save the ship and himself, yet the next time we see Kong, he's unconscious again, being lifted by helicopters after they were warned he couldn't be sedated, or it could affect Kong's ability to lead them through Hollow Earth. Mechagodzilla. True fans of the Godzilla movies are going to be totally psyched to see Mechagodzilla, me included. So why is it listed here? Mecha stopped being Mecha when it channeled the DNA of the bones of a dead Titan. Not only were they able to extract the DNA, but somehow the consciousness from the bones. Mecha gave Kong and Godzilla a mutual enemy to fight, but still does not explain that after eons of only one alpha remaining, the 2 Titans claim Mecha as a consolation prize. Jurassic Park opening. The opening of the movie felt like it was a nod to Jurassic Park, which confused me. This series of movies, from Skull Island to Godzilla and Godzilla King of the Monsters, they've created 3 previous movies that relied on being original. When the movie started feeling like Jurassic Park, I instantly felt like I was being let down. I knew the tone would be different in this film, and I was right.
You ever wonder what we're really doing here? I mean, really doing here.
Why are you here?
Bernie in Apex instantly reminds me of Dennis Nedry using technology and computers and comedy as a vehicle. Unfortunately, Bernie is not as successful as Dennis Nedry. Writing. No one is expecting Shakespeare here or an Oscar-winning performance. With that said, the writing left a lot to be desired. Bobby Millie Brown's character was utilized as a serious, dramatic performance in Godzilla King of the Monsters. Now her role is one of comedic relief, intentional or not.
Look at me in the eye, okay? I need information.
Yeah, we want lots of candy.
She partners up with Bernie and her friend with the Australian accent, and the rest of the movie is told in a serious tone. While I understand the need for humor, this side trip by the 3 odd travelers feels out of place. Literally, no one is laughing with them. Technology. We have Titans in this world and a hollow Earth, so again, suspension of belief. Yet, even in this movie, we have inconsistent use of technology. If not inconsistent, at least overly convenient. From needing to be in Japan right now, we have underground and underwater transport systems that can break the sound barrier while hardly feeling like you're moving, to equipment that can not only suck out the DNA of a Titan, but evidently its consciousness too. In every other movie in the series, humankind was behind. But now we're not only caught up to the threat, we've learned how to harness the power of DNA to make metal have a conscious form. One of the beauties of the old monster movies is that we, as people, were woefully behind in a way to counter Godzilla. So what do you think? Did we get the best and the worst top 5 covered? Let us know in the comments below.
You never know what we're going to cover next, because we cover
All that media.
See you next time.